What's good, fam? What's good, fam? We're going to get this thing started here in the next 3 minutes. We're going to start on time. Send the link out to your IBOs. Send the link out to your IBOs. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Send the link out to your IBOs. Let's get it. All right. I'm going to give it another 60 seconds. In another 60 seconds, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. Go ahead and send the link out. I'm going to go ahead and do some more promoting with my team as well. This is going to be a good one. Let me put this camera on. All right, let's get it. All right. What is going on? What is going on, family? How y'all doing? Go ahead and flood the chat with some ones for me. Y'all doing good, blessed and grateful to be on this call. I see the one. Shout out to the 16 of y'all that are on the call. It's going to be a good call. It's going to be a good call. I'm going over a lot of information that I put together. I put this together over the course of last week, and I'm implementing it this week. So be prepared for a lot of information. If you need to, go get your comfy socks, go get your comfy loungewear. We're going to be here. I don't know how long we're going to be here, but I know it's going to be a minute. So if you didn't see this, title of this call is The System. Because every IBO should have a system. That is the goal for IBO. Actually, I want you to let me know. What do you think the goal of an IBO is? What do you think the ultimate goal of an IBO is? Besides a rank. Somebody let me know in the chat. Change lives. Okay. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay. All right, cool. So Kate is the only one. But I'm going to tell you right now, the goal of an IBO is to have an autonomous business. That means a business that functions on its own so that when you step out, your business still runs. And in order to do that, you need a system. So while I was waiting for responses, I actually looked it up. What is a system? Simple definition. Simply put, a system is an organized collection of parts or subsystems that are highly integrated to accomplish an overall goal. The system has various inputs which go through certain processes to produce certain outputs, which together accomplish the overall desired goal for the system. So that's why I asked, besides a rank, what is the goal of an IBO? And that is an autonomous business. So I'm going to go over today how you can kickstart your autonomous business. Now, you can create a system all you want, but it's your job as an IBO, as a leader, as the leader of your business to maintain that system. That's the key. You can start a system, but a system, you have to maintain it over time in order for the system to keep running. So take out your pen and pads. I'm gonna start right here. So as it said right here, a system is a collection of parts or subsystems that work together to accomplish the major goal of said system. So you can say the goal of said system, whereas Elevation Empire as IBOs is, you could say Chairman 750, you could say, autonomous business. You can say both of those things. But in order to have either or, you need a few things. First being you need an onboarding system. Can everybody see that? Or is it too light? If you can see what that says, type of one. Or do I need to get a different marker? All right, cool. So first, you need an onboarding system. Two, you need a retention system. And three, you need a duplication system. You have all three of these things. All three of these will work together in harmony to create an autonomous business. And I'll show you exactly how. And I'm going to break it all down right now. All right, cool. Let's get into it. We got 31 IBOs on the call. Where's my this and this? So take a screenshot. First one we're going to talk about is onboarding, and then go so on and so forth. So take a screenshot, write it down, whatever y'all got to do. And I'm going to say that periodically. We're going to talk about onboarding first. All right. So to be honest with you, onboarding is probably the hardest one out of the three right now. As of right now, the way Elevation Empire is set up, onboarding is the hardest part of your should be the hardest part of your system because your onboarding process starts with you. That is what your onboarding process is going to start with. I learned this from Chairman 10, Ricky Valdez, that the close, not even the close per se, rather the open starts from the time that you open up your mouth. Not when you're on the three-way, but from the time that you open up your mouth. And that all goes a part of your onboarding process. What do people see on social media? What do people see? When you DM somebody, what is the process that they go through? They say, okay, who is this DMing me? They go and they look up your name, and what do they see? Do they see a blank page? Do they see one post, two posts? Who do they see? Not just what do they see, but who do they see? Who are you? And that also counts as who are you, as in what is your mission and what is your vision. Because see, you can DM as many people as possible. But in order for you to have a sufficient onboarding system, you have to have a direction on where it is you want your prospects to go. And in order to do that, you have to have a mission which creates a vision. I went over that on the last IBO call that I did. Now, I'm not going to go into social media per se, but this is the key right here. Before you even get somebody in, is what do people see on your social media? Are you consistent? Then who do they see? What is your vision? What is your mission? Who do you stand for? Because people join your idea, your vision. If you want people to sign up with you based off of who you are now, go to your warm market. See, because when you go into the cold market, they join you based off of where you're going. That's why we say that, cold market will stick with you longer than your warm market, if they even join, because your warm market sees you for where you've been opposed to where you're trying to go. And your cold market sees you for who you are and where you're going. But you have to know where you're going in order to do that. So in order to have a good onboarding process, you have to have these things. And if you don't, that's the first thing that you have to work on, is this right here. And then you could talk about getting people into the business. But that's excluding getting results, getting educated, and all of that. This is saying that you have all of that already. I'm talking to my leaders right now. The people that really want to go P5, chairman, this is for you, because you probably already educated. You probably already have some type of results. Maybe you have some of this, but I know some people don't. So moving on, take a picture, take a screenshot, whatever you got to do. Because now I'm about to get to getting people into the business. All right. So let's say that you've gotten somebody into the business already. What is your steps? See, one thing that I really found out about, IBOs, not just on my side of the company, not just on the other side of the company, appreciate you, not just, someplace else, across other leaders, is that everybody generally knows what to do with people when they get them into the business, but there's no, you feel me? I don't see that. if you see it, let me know something, but I don't see it. So what I've done, and I'm gonna show y'all step by step my sauce, my personal sauce that I've implemented. I'm gonna give it out. All right. So we got somebody into the business. We always know, what's the first step? Launch. Second step, get them funded. Third step, get them educated. Once you get them educated, guess what? You get them paid. Once you get them paid, boom, you got them. That's generally the steps. Am I right or wrong? Type of number one if I'm right. That's generally the steps that go on. Except that process can sometimes take a long time. And that's why the 72-hour rule was created in the first place. Is because that process should be done in 72 hours. So what I've done is I've shortened it even further. So let's say you've gotten somebody to the business. What you want to do, the first thing you want to do, is want to get them on a Zoom. Once you get them on a Zoom, what you're going to be going over is the first thing, you're in. This is your next step. See, because let me just stop right there. I want to break down the whole purpose of doing this. All right. So what I'm about to say, some people are gonna like it. They're gonna be like, you know what? That's cool. I like that idea. Some people, they're gonna be like, nah, you ain't doing it. Nah, that ain't it, player. But watch what I'm saying. Think about it. Everything needs a sufficient system. Why do you think HFX Quick Start exists? Why do you think we're here? Why do you think we're here on this Zoom call right now? See, you gotta think about it on a much bigger picture. Do you think that D.L. Woods, on every Zoom call, every person he gets into the business, hops on an hour-long Zoom call, launching them, going through step by step as a Chairman 50? No, he does not. Hence why HFX Quick Start exists, something that we leverage so much because everything is right there. You catch my drift? Imagine if Chris Terry had to launch everybody he brought into the business and actually had to walk them through the academy videos. He does not do that. That's what the academy is for. Imagine if CT had a guide. You have to guide every single person through the academy. No, that's what we're here for. So everything has a system. So why should you? Why shouldn't you, rather? Somebody type in the chat what system stands for. Somebody type it in the chat. What does system stand for? Save yourself time, energy, and money. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So instead of this Zoom being an hour long, 30 minutes long, 45 minutes long, you're going to say, hey, you're in now. This is your next step. This is where you tell them to plug into the system. You tell them to plug into the system, and then what you're going to do is you're going to talk about their why and their goals. Oops, that's not it. All right. That's what you want to talk about. You're in. This is your next step. Your next step is going to be plugging into the system. After you talk about this, you want to talk about their why and their goals. This is the one out of the 2 times that you will talk to this individual about their goals. And I'll go into the second one, later on in the training. But this is what you want to talk about. This is going to be 10 to 15 minutes maximum. It's going to be 10 to 15 minutes maximum. The rest, the system takes care of. And I'll go over what that system is here in a second. But you need an onboarding process. You're into my business now. You prospected. You sent your DMs. You plugged them into the opportunity call, the guest webinar. You've plugged them in, giving them a 3-way call. You've done that already. You signed them up. You're into the business. Now, what is your next step? Hop on this Zoom. You're in. This is who I am. If you're placing them, have them on the call too. If you're placing them, have them on the call. Shout out to Luke Westbrook. Then guess what? This is your next step. This is who you will be receiving direct mentorship from, along with myself. Plug into the system. This is where you go into the system. Your why are you doing this? And your goals. Give me a short-term goal. Give me a long-term goal. And what this is going to do is it's going to help you generate a compound plan specifically for them. So their goals, you're going to take that. They say, oh, I want to go and I want to pay my rent. Let's say they want to do that. I want to find something that's going to supplement my income so I can pay my rent. Okay, what's your rent? My rent, $1,000. Cool. You do a 100-day investment over 30 days, going 8% without weekends. You got plenty of money. Especially if you throw in 250. 250, 8%, 85% accuracy, no weekends. You got that $1,000 right there. Let's say they want to buy a car. $100 investment over the next 75 days, 85% accurate, no weekends, you got a car. But you want to generate a compound plan just for them. Now, take a screenshot, whatever you got to do, because I'm about to move on to the system part of this onboarding process. And then I'll talk about the duplication system. The retention system. And if you have any questions about what I'm going over, or you want me to go back over anything, go ahead and drop that in the chat as well. All right. Let's go over the system. All right. So ideally, the main goal of an IBO as it pertains to getting somebody into the business, the first thing that you want to do is you're going to follow these steps. The same steps as I went over earlier. Marker. You want to launch first. 2, get them funded. 3, you want to get them educated. 4, you want to get them paid. All right. These are the 4 steps. This is the guideline. Can you go over the compound part again? So when you get into that introductory launch, that I'm not even going to say a launch, but when you're on that preliminary Zoom call with them, when you get to after the system and where to go, yada yada yada, you want to ask them about their why and their goals. What that's going to do is that's going to help you because you're going to be taking notes on their why and their goals for the first and the second time. And then what you want to do is you want to take that information and go over it with them, and that's going to help you create a personalized compound plan just for them to give them a sense of direction when it comes to trading. And I'll talk about the importance of that in a second, because if you don't do that, then they're going to have the tools that they need to make money, but they're not going to know how much they need to make or how much or risk management or anything like that until they plug into the calls, of course, but I'll get into that in a second. So what you want to do is you want to create a system. And this goes more into retention as well. I'm going to hit it to it as well. I'm going to say that's onboarding/retention, and I'll go over it. So you want to create a system that's conducive to the EE schedule, does not de-edify I Am Master Academy, and goes through the 4 steps. But you don't want to wait 72 hours. You want this to be accessible 24 hours out of the day. And the reason why I say that is because you want your people to be able to be launched while you're not launching. I'm going to repeat that again. You want as many people as possible to be launched while you're not launching. What this also, creates is your downlines to be able to leverage your system. And I'll go over the specifics, but this is the guidelines. You want it to be conducive to the EE schedule, doesn't de-edify the I Am Master Academy system, and it wants to go over the 4 steps: launch, get funded, get educated, get them paid. So this is what I've done. I have created a new members launch pad. I have created a new members launch pad. So when my new members get, a part of I Am Master Academy, they get into the chats, they get welcomed and all of that. What they do is they go to the new members launch pad. I still wet. Never mind. So they go to the new members launch pad. And in that new members launch pad, this is what I've done. I've created a boot camp geared towards new members. And it goes through the blueprint. Does not de-edify the IM system or the EE system. It's conducive to the EE schedule because it's 24 hours. And it goes through these 4 steps. And I'm going to put you on to what I did. So the first one is the intro. That's the first video. So the intro basically goes over, welcome, this is who I am, this is what you're doing, and it goes over I am. So it's like an I am overview. And I also go over the EE schedule. I go over the EE schedule. I go over personal schedule. Then I go over how they can create their own schedule that embodies all of it. So I basically create a tailored plan based off of their schedule, and I show them how to do it. And on top of that, the intro is where I set the expectation. And that one is big. This one is huge. You have to set the expectation. You set the expectation from that beginning Zoom call where you talk about your why, your goals. This is what you're here for. Yeah. You set the expectation. You say, plug into the system. My videos are an hour and a half worth of videos. There are 4 of them in total. So the time that I would have spent launching them, I spent creating this so that I no longer have to sit on an hour-long call launching them, because guess what? I can now focus more of my time on what really counts. So I want somebody to tell me in the chat, what are the 2 most important things that an IBO should be doing to be able to retain their business? Somebody type it in the chat. Phone work, okay. That's one of the 2. Results, okay, that's the other one. So the 2 most important things that an IBO should be able to do to maintain their business, to have retention within their business, is to build relationships and get people paid. How are you doing that when you are spending your time otherwise, doing other things? Not saying that launching somebody, on this, like having a Zoom call and launching them step by step is not important. In fact, that's the most important thing you should be doing. But how about this? You already have a launch, and I'll go over specifically what I mean. You already have one, and you plug them into that so that you can plug in, pick up the phone, get people paid, and then guess what? Because what happens when they get out of the system? You're still going to pick up the phone. You're still going to launch. You're still going to get them paid. Some people say, oh, I don't have enough time. I have bad time management, because they're launching and getting on an hour Zoom call with everybody that enters this business. Well, you could cut that time down, create a system that works when you don't work. What is the very definition of network marketing? The very definition of network marketing is putting in the work once so that you get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. So what I did all last week is I planned all of this out. And I executed. I put in all last week creating a system, and y'all have been seeing the results. Flyer, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. Because this works when I don't. When I'm not logged into a Zoom call, my new members are still going to get launched. And you want to know why? Because of this. And this is only the first part. So the first part is intro. The second part is intro. Still wet. All right. Intro to community. And in this one, I go over chats. I go over the platform. See, in the intro, I set the expectation as a whole, but in the intro to the community, I set the expectation on how many calls they should be plugging into. This is where I go more into detail on the EE schedule. I say, okay, this chat is for this. This chat is for this. This chat is for this. Do not mute this chat. This is where you're going to see calls. This is where you're going to see testimonies. Do not miss a call. That's what this one is for. Intro to the community. So it's just showing them what they're getting into. And guess what? Third one is basics. And in this basics training, what I do is I give them everything that they need, all the information that they need to make money. That's it. That's all the information that I give. It's just enough to make money. So, how to do go live, how to work go live, how to get to go live. I don't go over how to use like Cash App and stuff like that, but I do show them where to go to get it. Then I go over, the etiquette on how to go from, broker to go live to broker, that sort of thing. So I've got two parts to it. I have a part one and a part two. So I do HFX basics. Then I have FRX basics. HFX basics, FRX basics. And it goes on how to make money as soon as possible with either strategy, FRX or HFX. It doesn't matter. I go over both of them. But however, I'm not giving too much information because giving too much information will de-edify the foundation call. You don't want to give too much information to the point to where they don't need a foundation call. You just want to give enough information for them to be able to make money. That's it. It's kind of like a cheat code. So we still have the 159, and this is still conducive to the 159. Don't get me wrong. I'm giving them just enough information to get paid. And guess what? After that, where my thing go? All right, cool. Cool. After this one, I have my race basics. Why is this still? All right. So basics, and then on the boot camp, I show them how to get funded. I walk them through the entire process of getting funded on HFX and FRX, AOT, and IQSIT, so that when they leave the boot camp, they're in a position to make money. And mind you, this whole process is an hour and a half worth of videos. That does not de-edify EE, does not de-edify IM. It's conducive to the schedule because you can do it whenever you want, and it go over the 4 steps. If I'm not mistaken, welcome, IM overview, launch, get funded, that's down here. I'm focused on getting paid and getting educated in here because I'd rather somebody get educated before they get paid, because if they're educated, they'll always know how to get paid, opposed to getting paid then getting educated. That's flip-flopping. What do you do if they don't watch the videos and take it serious? That is how you know that they are not serious, if they do not watch the videos. And that also comes into your part on picking up the phone, because after each one of these videos, I make it clear on this video and on the launch, the first launch. After each one, and I'll show you my method right here after I talk about this. As a matter of fact, let me get my phone right now. I'll make it very clear. After each one of these videos, send the person that directed you to this information a picture of your notes. That's what I told them to do. And send your mentor, the person that signed you up, a picture of their notes. So that way you have a record on what they took and what notes they took and how they interpreted. So that you as a mentor, what can you do? You can correct things if necessary. And if they have any questions over this information, they have your number. And you can also pick up the phone, say, hey, look, have you finished the videos yet? Oh, you halfway through? What video are you on? What you watching? Oh, I'm watching the one where he's talking about, HFX basics. Oh, cool. That means you're almost done. See, I did this to make things easier and to make things harder. Because guess what? If I'm literally not on a Zoom watching this happen, I have to pick up the phone, which has been my greatest difficulty to this day. So by creating this system, I have to maintain it. And by doing that, that allows me to pick up the phone a lot more, which I've been doing. I may not drop it all the time in the chat, but I'm like, hey, yo, let's hop on this. Let's hop on this. Oh, you haven't hopped on yet? Let's go ahead and do that. Because as a mentor, you're not a best friend. Sometimes you got to make those difficult calls. If somebody's slacking off, you for real right now? And also you have their why. And I'll go over more on the importance of having it in the duplication system. And I'm gonna show you right now. Hold on, let me do this right here. All right. Share screen. Share screen. All right. So we have a Discord. Let's talk about start here. So on my start here, I have my welcome. Welcome to the team. If you're seeing this, glad to have you react to this, and then you'll get access to our new members launchpad. As of right now, if you're first on this server, what you would see is start here, IBC community, trading resources, and announcements, and like and comment. That is all you will be able to see. But if you react to this one right here, if you react to it, then you will have access to the IBC new members launchpad. And then I have the boot camp, the verbiage right here, welcome, blah, 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 blah. React when you're done, and then, you'll have access to all the rest. And then please send the notes afterwards. Let's work. So I have the step 1 intro, step 2 IBCE community, 3 basics, funding account. Then afterwards, I say schedule an appointment with myself. Then I put my Calendly link right here. And then after the link, I do a review. So tell me how I can do this better. That's basically what the review is. And I will update it every month. That's the new member system. Once they're complete, once they do that, they just hit this react button right here. They react with the check, you get the little notification, then they have access to the rest of this. And I have trading resources. I haven't loaded it with content yet. Announcements. I have a bot that comes right here, and it says, reminder, plug into the Elevation Empire daily training schedule, 10, 1, 5, and 9. I have the bot that runs every 2 hours. Then, guess what? I have HFX 101, where I have, my training right here, but I'm loaded with other trainings. Then the people that want to connect more with people with HFX, like I know my guy Adrian on my team, he likes to network a lot, and Ocean with other people that like to do HFX. So this would be a perfect chat for them. They can connect right here. The same goes for FRX and DCX. And I have a trading testimonial chat. Yo, you can hear me? All right, cool. All right. Then I have trader's mindset, builder's mindset, leadership, building resources, IBO channel, and a prospect channel. And I got this idea from Jay Awal. So the prospect one right here, you can even add your prospects to this particular server, and all they will be able to see is the trade testimonials chat where they'll see all the results. So basically all they're getting notifications from is people making money. And how much more likely are they to join your business if they see people making money? So that's the system. But the most important part is the IBC new members. Because guess what? They log into this. They don't even have access to all the other information unless they complete this. And that's not even counting your mentor being on you the whole time. So you go through this, you get paid, you're successful. And that also comes from being selective about who is in your business. Because I'd much rather sort before people enter my business than after people enter my business. Because not everybody has the mindset and the mental capability to go through sorting after the people get into the business. They're going to see it as, oh, people are leaving my business. This doesn't work. I'm going to quit. Opposed to sorting and figuring out who you want in your business before you even send a DM. See, that's why the last IBO training that I did was so crucial. Is because you have to have a message that attracts some and repel others. And the people that you attract are going to be more and more like you. And that's what you want in your business. People that are more and more like you. Because if you have people like you watching an hour and a half worth of videos over the course of 24 hours, is going to be no problem. And then guess what? They hop on a session the next day and they get paid. Once they get paid, they become a product of the system. And that is why you have a system in the first place, so that your new members are getting launched while you're not launching. I'm pretty sure that somebody is getting plugged in to my system right now. We just had a new member like an hour ago. And I'm on a call. I'm not on a Zoom call launching them right now. That's why some people in the back, they're hitting that phone work, they're hitting their three ways. Well, three ways that don't count. But you have a whole system laid out for people to win. And what does this do? It saves you time, energy, and money. That's what system stands for. So take a screenshot, take a picture, whatever the case may be, I'm going to move on. All right, let's talk about retention. Retention for me was not that hard because of shout out to Mr. Marvelous Chairman. He put in some work. All right, let's talk about it. First off, is everybody tracking with me? Is everybody tracking with me? If you're tracking with me, drop a 5 in the chat while I write this. If you're tracking with me. All right, cool. I see 5s. So what would you do for the new up-and-coming IBOs that don't know how to launch? This is the solution on how you don't. Oh, well, I'm not even going to say don't launch. It's just that you need to get educated as an IBO as soon as possible. And if you think you're not moving fast, if you think that you're kind of behind the ball a little bit, then you have, reach out to me. Reach out to your mentor. Reach out to, the IBO chat. Ask questions in the IBO chat. I would say there's like 30 individuals that really be on there that will answer your questions. if you really don't know how to launch. But a launch is going over those 4 steps. All right, you're in now. This is your next step. This is who I am. This is what we're a part of. This is my vision. This is the company's vision. This is how you play a part in it. These are my expectations. In order to have success, follow them. And then guess what? I'm going to show you over the next 24 to 72 hours how to, 1, get educated, 2, get paid, and 3, be able to do it again. That's what a launch is. But if you're doing that over, 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 and over again, how much time are you really spending launching? Opposed to being on the phones, opposed to getting people paid, opposed to getting paid yourself, opposed to, doing other things in order to maintain your business. Retention. Retention is simple, especially in the system that Elevation Empire has. But you want to follow these general steps. Actually, yeah. So first up, get people educated. 2, now getting people educated, you can go about it 2 ways. You can go about getting people educated enough to get paid, but then you have more work on the back end. But if you get people educated up front, that means knowing how to get results. That means plugging into Go Live, plugging into favorite sessions, plugging into all of this. Then they'll have a much easier time getting paid. But if you teach people how to get paid from jump, then you have to teach them about Go Live and all the other stuff later. And that's where the EE system comes in. And that's why I like the EE system so much, is because the EE system is built to educate. Literally, the 159 is built to educate. Everything on there is education. Foundation, social media, compounding, keys to success, all of these trainings, Swipe Coin, Simple Scalper, Harmonic Scanner, that these people can plug into. So that's why I chose the first method. Teaching people only have to get paid, and then that gives them a ticket to plug into the EE system, where they'll learn and they'll have to hop on a foundation call. That is my pipeline. So my general system is the preliminary Zoom. I'm going to abbreviate it. Preliminary Zoom. Then guess what? Plug them into the system. Then after they plug into the system, the first call that they should be looking for is a foundation. And then the last one, they become a full student. Because in between 2 and 3, they've gotten paid already. So they've gotten paid. The system is so good, they have to try not to see any results. What do you mean? The system is so good, but I have to try not to see any results. Oh, I see where you're going with that. I mean, it's so good. You have to try. Yeah, that's what I like about it. It works so good. Like you learn everything in the EE system. I just made it easier so that people come in, they get plugged into my system, they get paid. And the good part about it is, I say hop on the calls, even if you just got plugged in. So let's say they hop on a foundation call before they even plug into my system. They got all the information they need to get paid anyways. That's really what I like about it. Opposed to getting in front of all this information and then teaching them how to get paid. So that's the retention system. Then getting them paid, you already know how to get people paid. You can either go into, you plug into Go Live. That's what I said first. Plug into Go Live, First, plug into Millie Mills before you plug into Matthew Thayer. So that way you're going smooth because Millie Mills, she goes at a pretty good pace. But Matthew Thayer, especially on Apprentice night, he goes rapid fire. And you gotta warm people up first. So Millie Mills before Matthew Thayer. If it happens otherwise, then I'll just hop on the phone and prepare them for what they're about to see. And that's just how you get people paid. Just get people plugged into the IM system. Getting people educated, you plug into the E system. Getting people paid, you plug into the IM system. See, you want to leverage as much as possible, but you also want to leverage to the point that you are being leveraged. So not only am I saving myself time, energy, and money, but my downlines are now being saved time, energy, and money because they no longer have to do the same things that they did. That's why they have been able to pick up the phone a lot more. That's why their flyers have been dropped because they can now go run the play. And when you run the play, you just plug people into the system. And then once you plug into the system, see, this is Marquise's system. This is the system that Marquise leverages. And what does it do? What does both of them have in common? They keep people educated and they get people paid. Now, that is getting people in and keeping people into the business. But now, let's talk about actually duplicating the process along the line. This is where it gets good. Because if you thought this was fire, like, coming up with ideas like this right here, next level. Not even gonna copy you. All right, cool. So let's talk about duplication. All right. Duplication starts when you go P150. So duplication starts at P150. The reason why is because you have 3 people in your business. And it's your job to plug these people into the system, get them educated, and get them paid, and show them how they can do the same thing. See, the first thing that you want to duplicate is you want to duplicate results. You want to duplicate duplicatable results. That's the first thing that you want to duplicate. Second thing you want to duplicate is the system. So that the system duplicates duplicatable results. So it's like a circle. So here's me up here. What I want to do is I want to create a system that creates duplication, actually duplicatable results. And then I want that to create duplication. And then the duplication leads to that self-gain right there. Not even self-gain as in, the literal sense, but it comes back to me. So what I want to do is I want to create a system that produces education and duplicatable results. And what that's going to do, while y'all can't even see it, and what that's going to do is that's going to create duplication which comes back to me. So let's talk about it. So as a P150, this is what you should be doing. Plug people into the. You just do this. You repeat the steps. You go to the preliminary zone and plug people into the system, and then repeat. You repeat until you go P150, basically. You just do that for 3 people. And then once you do that, these people have gotten paid. And they've gotten paid by 1 or 2 reasons. They plugged into Go Live. Then, guess what? This is the kicker. Team trainings. Team trainings is the kicker. Because they can get paid on Go Live. Don't get me wrong. They can get paid on Go Live. They can get paid on the strategies. But the kicker is the team trainings. Because what the team trainings do is they create culture. They create a sense of togetherness within your team. Now, these trainings could consist of the major 4. Actually, it's the major 6. The major 6, and then guess what? Some type of money training. Teaching them how to make money and making money with them. Because what that shows is that not only are you making money, not only do you know how to make money, but you putting me on the bag too. So you have one of the major trainings, your foundations, your risk management, your keys to success, things of these natures, and then a money training, some form or fashion. FRX, HFX, whatever the case may be, it varies per system. And that's going to get these 3 people so excited about making money because they'll actually be making money. And that's what you want at the end of the day. My guy Ocean, what he does is he holds team trainings every day. He's been doing that since he had 1 person in the business. He holds team trainings every day. And he shows every single person how to use Cash Trap. And then guess what? He also has a training, not even a training, but he has a time every day where he gets on a Zoom call with his team and he calls every single person, every single one of their list. He has a Zoom training where everybody on there is calling people, telling people how they can make money. They're building without even knowing they're building. They just calling people and telling them how they can be put on a bag. They're not even worried about the compensation. They don't even know about the compensation plan. They say, you know what, my man, I'm gonna just put this right here. My man Ocean. Guess what? My man Ocean, he put me on a bag. He came in with these people, you know, and they do the whole invite process. They hop on the op call. He's doing his own op calls. And that's why his GV is blinking right now. Call trainings, his own op calls, and he gets his people paid. ASAP. Matter of fact, he doesn't need my system. He kind of has his own. And that's the fun of it. But this is where the duplication comes in. Because when you go P150, you are going to help your people do the same thing. Let's say this person right here actually hits P150. Let's say this person hits P150. What you as a mentor are going to do is this is the only time that you're actually going to do something like this. Cool. You're gonna hop on a Zoom with your new P150 and their 3 people. Actually, you can't even see that, but the new P150. This new P150 right here, gonna hop on a Zoom. And on this Zoom, what you're gonna talk about is who you are, the expectation, and your why and your goals. If it hadn't, clicked yet, it's about to click. So I said the one thing that you want to do as a P150 is do the preliminary Zoom, plug people into the system, and repeat. So when you go P150, to create duplication, to initiate, to kickstart duplication, you hop on the Zoom, who you are, set the expectation, go over everybody's why and their goals, even if they're new into the business. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to take notes on their why and their goals. Their why is for accountability. Their goals is for direction. I repeat that. Their why is for accountability, and their goals are for direction. And that is what this is for. The reason why you do that is because after the Zoom call, you're going to call each and every one of these people after the Zoom call, and you're going to edify them, and edify the new P150. Once you do that, then you edify their future. What do I mean by that? You say, you know what? You're next up in this business. Like, I see massive potential in you. And that all stems from when you talk about your why, I want you to go into detail, like explicit detail on your why. Because what that's going to do is that's going to set the expectations. Okay, this is a serious moment. Maybe I need to open up and tell a little bit about my why. Then they're going to be straight up with you. It's like, I listen to your why. I really get it. I get it. This is the perfect solution for you. What I need you to do is I need you to go all in. And when you go all in, not if you go all in, when you go all in, you will start to see massive success. And then it'll be you talking to somebody else, to your mentee on the other side of this phone. And I can't wait for that day, because it'll be that day when you realize that your dreams and goals are going to be just a little bit shorter. And what that's going to do is that's going to hype dude head up or girl head up. Like, you know what? I can actually do this. Not only did I come in and I followed a detailed system and I got my own personalized plan. Like, these people know what these people know what they got going on. And then guess what? I got somebody. And the reason why this is going to work is because on this Zoom, your P150 is going to edify this P150. Because this is their mentor. And guess what? They are going to edify you. So this person, they're going to think, I got somebody that's making a whole lot of money talking to me saying I can do the same thing. And eventually one day I'm going to be on the other side of this. And I'm going to be talking to somebody else, my mentee, making a whole lot of money. And then after that, you watch them run. Then they start going into the EE testimonials chat, posting their profits, getting more comfortable being uncomfortable. Then guess what? You hop back on the phone and you teach them the invite. And what is that going to do? It's going to get them to P150. And then guess what? This P150 right here is going to host a training with this P150. Actually, this person is going to be a P6 by this point. But this person is hosting the training with this person, with these people. So all three of these people, three, four, five, all of these people are going to be on a Zoom meeting. This person is going to be moderating the Zoom call. This person is going to be watching. And these people are here to create duplication with. Can everybody see that? Or do I need to make it bigger? Because I don't, this is probably the most important part, besides onboarding. But this is the key right here. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'll do. All right, cool. This on this. All right. So boom. All right, so this is where duplication comes in. You as a P600, this is a P150. This is a P150. So as a P600, you're going to be moderating all of this. As a P150, you're going to be directing all of this while this person watches. All right, so I'm going to go over the 4 steps. Actually, it's 5 steps, but it's I do, you watch. Second, I do, you help. 3, you do, I help. 4 is going to be you do, I watch. But the 5th step is you do, you teach. And that's where this one comes in. Once you get to step 5, you're a P600. That's how this works. So you're going to be watching over all of this. So this P150 right here, they're going to get on the Zoom with their new P150, if there is still P150. And what they're going to do is this person is going to moderate it. This person right here is going to watch. Because when they go P600, they're going to have to do the same thing with their people. And now they're P600. Now this person is running the training. This person watches. And you just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until you get levels and levels deep. But it's all aided by your system. So you come in, you do the preliminary Zoom. 2, you get people plugged into the system. Once you get people plugged into the system, they're in a better position to duplicate the system. And once people are able to duplicate the system and be able to sufficiently get people educated and get people paid, then they can start building and duplicate this and go levels deep with it. But it all stems with how easy you could get people from here it's about how short this time is from welcome to getting paid, and how you can spend less time and get more people paid. So, with that being said, that is the training. It didn't even seem like it was an hour, but it's been an hour. And that is how you create an autonomous business. Right there. That's how you create an autonomous business. Is you just create a system that works when you don't. Not saying that you shouldn't be working. Not saying that you shouldn't be picking up the phone, that you shouldn't be following up with your team. Not saying that you shouldn't be doing the efficient things, but you should be able to be more efficient and more effective by shortening the time that you go from welcome to getting somebody paid. And the only time that you do that is to either shorten the time that you spend getting people paid or get people paid while you're not getting people paid. You're an IBO, aren't you? You get paid on Fridays, don't you? You get paid when you don't work. So how about you launch when you're not launching? How about you get people paid when you're not getting people paid? How about you duplicate when you're not duplicating? How much do you think you're going to make then? See, the way that I think is I got to create a chairman organization as a P150. Because that's my goal, is it not? It's to hit chairman 10, chairman 50, chairman 100, chairman 250, chairman 500, chairman 750, chairman 1000. So I have to create that organization now. I have to create that system now. So that when I get there, I have the most efficient system out of everybody else, because they waited until they was P1000, P2000, P5000 to even create the system. So that's that. That's the training. I'm gonna open it up right now. Does anybody have any questions? If you have a question, either raise your hand and drop a 1, and then we'll go over that. Or you can drop the question in the chat. Cool. All right. No questions. All right. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's night. It's about time for the long blinks in the next hour or so. Then I will see y'all on Morning Elevation tomorrow. So with that being said, y'all have a good rest of y'all's day. Hope y'all got value from the training. Y'all have a good one.